like to say a few words about Chaim. I know him personally many years, and he's a gewaldiger Talmid Chochem. He brings our Messiah. He has great Rabbeim, and he gives over that Messiah with a passion. And Baruch Hashem, he sees gewaldig Atzlacha of Ma'aseh Yodov, and he's roy to talk about Emunah. He's roy to give over Emunah. And Chayfetz Hashem Yodei Yatzliach, he'll zicher be Matzliach.
About 6 years ago, I was approached by Rosh Yeshiva with the following problem. He had many Bachrim who were asking all kinds of questions, and the Rebbe and Pasha didn't know what to say. There were questions about Emunah and Yonim, there were questions about contemporary issues that Bachrim think about.
Most people would shrug off an invitation to such shiurim because what can someone tell me about Emunah that I don't already know? You're supposed to believe in Hashem, and I believe in Hashem.
The existence of the Borei Olam is a reality. It's not something which is subject to the whims and fancies of each particular person. When these kids, these young adults, these adolescents have these questions about the Metzius of the Borei Olam, if you don't give them satisfying answers, they walk away eradicating the concept of a suffix. If you don't provide them with that, you're in big trouble.
It's almost taboo to touch on the topic of deep questions of Emunah, because if someone looks from on the outside, they don't inherently know why they're doing it. Rabbi Vishnevsky clears up all of those sfeikus. He clarifies it for them in a way that after seeing all of the proofs that he brings, he literally gives them unmistakable, indisputable proofs why they should be from.
After these shiurim, I got a clear understanding of what the purpose in life is and why we're living in this world.
Everything that I do is from Chazal, Rishonim, or Achronim. Everything is sourced. We're really basically teaching the kids Torah, but the organization of it, the Seder of it, is the godless. Every single facet of their adolescent and young adult minds is dealt with. And it's a formula that has a success rate of near 100%.
He presents everything in a logical, organized fashion, so that it really reaches every boy. I saw some boys that were touched by the emotional aspect of the lectures. Other boys are touched by the logical, organized aspect, some by the scientific, some by the archaeological, some by the story at the end, which was so powerful. Someone, Rabbi Vishnevsky, choked up and couldn't get the words out. It just made it so real. And by the time the lecture was over, you say the word reality, the first word that would pop into any one of these boys' heads was Yiddishkeit.
These Yesodei Hadas, that they're into the basic things that people are afraid sometimes to ask questions because they'll be criticized that you don't seem to believe or whatever it is there. And the truth is, these are basics, and if they would be explained how to understand it, they are my meaning. They want to believe, they just don't have any idea how to get out of certain situations.
Rabbi say, please, take it from a Rebbe. I know how much time and effort, I know how much sweat and blood you put into being Mechanech Bachrim. There's Naseh, do it, and then there's Nishma. You have to understand what you're doing. The Bachrim were doing things robotic, without any feeling. They didn't understand what they're doing.
His sheer proof to us that there's a lot more to being a Yid than davening and learning. There's reason behind it, there's truth and there's proof.
It was amazing to see how classmates of mine who I would have never imagined had interest in the topics that Rabbi Vishnevsky's shiurim were on, were holding on to their seats and just begging for more.
Yesodei Hadas provides answers in a way based on the testimony of our students, of the people listening to our lectures. The feedback, the standard feedback is, I have no more questions. I feel confident now. If I was sitting next to somebody on a bus and they ask me, why do you wear those strings? I can't tell you how many teenagers have told me before I attended your classes, your sessions, I would have not known what to say. I would have felt somewhat uncomfortable. Now I have complete confidence. And I feel with such clarity and such depth in my Yiddishkeit, I feel proud to be able to display those tzitzis that I'm wearing, and I know what they mean.
We heard about Rabbi Vishnevsky's program and thought it would be a great idea for him to come in Elul in order to speak to the girls. After he finished speaking, the girls were crowded around him for about a half an hour, continuing to ask questions, and they wanted him to come back. And he actually was invited to teach our 12th grade for a 10-week presentation. And after that 10-week presentation, we decided that we're going to put him on staff this year.
The students hear what I have to say, they internalize it to the extent that not only do they know the information, they're able to actually give it over to others. And you don't have to take my word for it. Listen to what they have to say themselves.
I came with questions, and now I have the answers, and I can answer the people who have the questions.
It's like a secret that I want to tell everybody and let everybody know about Judaism, like any question that they have, maybe I can try to answer them also.
The feedback I had from the Bochrim after the shiurim of Rabbi Vishnevsky was amazing. The way they felt that it was a different level of their understanding of Yiddishkeit.
When Rabbi Vishnevsky came to yeshiva, we thought he would be just another speaker coming in to give the Bachrim Chizik. What we did not know was that when he came in, he was about to change our lives forever.
From what I heard about the series of lectures that Rabbi Vishnevsky gave in my son's yeshiva, 2 boys completely and totally gave up their smartphones. That's a big thing. A teenager in 2017 to give up his smartphone? That's big. That's big.
Yesodei Hadas infuses young people with clarity, depth, and passion. I see with my own eyes changes that happen to the young men. And once they get all the pieces of the puzzle and they come together, they get the Torah's min hashamayim. Literally, the Almighty spoke to millions of Jews in Har Sinai. The Torah Shebal Peh is accurate. Our Messiah is beyond belief. They walk out of there energized, pumped, and ready to take on the world, literally.
After every shiur, it was like, what's going to be the next one? He was a great teacher. He always had something interesting to say, very educational, learned about our past, learned about our heritage.
Honestly, I feel like my guf has been reconnected to my neshama.
It was a watershed event for my son to experience the Yesodei Hadas program.
In my opinion, I think every yeshiva in Beis Yaakov should have the Yesodei Hadas program in their curriculum.
What it is, it's an inoculation. It's a vaccination. Kids will not go looking in foreign pastures because they'll know it's all right here. We don't need to go anywhere else. They'll know that they're sitting on top of that treasure chest. This is what we provide.